So the version that we have in Lutheranism today, in otherwise conservative Lutheran circles, says basically that, okay, the law should still be preached to Christians, but that's only because the second use is still necessary for understanding the gospel. If you ever try to do something constructive with the law, i.e. third use, then that is wrong. And that is the conservative form of antinomianism today. We also have a liberal form of antinomianism in liberal Lutheranism today, which is basically, who cares what the law says? Maybe what you're doing is wrong, but Jesus died for it, so even if so, you're cool. And so they don't condone, they don't condemn homosexuality. They still condemn some things. It's like they can't be consistent antinomians because everybody's like, well, some things were obviously wrong. But if the society is behind you and everybody's groupthink is saying, well, that is totally wrong, they will still condemn that. But everything else they'll just sort of put in this gray area. It's like, yeah, the law condemns it, and it's probably not ideal, and maybe God is against it. But you don't have to worry about that because Jesus died for everything. So that's liberal antinomianism. And that quickly goes to seed, as we're seeing in our day. And they start valorizing the thing and actually saying you're doing wrong if you tell the homosexual or the person who's gotten a sex change that he is doing wrong. So that's just how error decays and leads to worse error. But in the relatively conservative Lutheran circles, that kind of antinomianism is specifically the law's only function is to make me require the gospel, and so I should never use the law to plan what I'm going to do, and it's like don't worry too much about actually stopping that sin that you're doing, about reforming that sin that you're doing. Just be sorry for it every Sunday and get your sins forgiven. And as soon as you try to use the law saying, so therefore don't do it, they're like, Nomianism. And, Gerhard Forde and people of that school generally do deny that the third use is really a thing. Or, if they're beholden confessionally to the formula of Concord, which has a whole article about it, they'll redefine it. The third use is really the first use for Christians or something like that.